Hypothetically, if the president were, for whatever reason, decide not to run in 2020, which is something that could happen, are you saying Vice President Pence would not step up and try to take that role?
Well, I don't talk about hypotheticals. All I know is that every day
well,
we are
you do
focused,
talk about hypotheticals. We talk about hypotheticals all the time. So I'm just saying, are you ruling out that possibility?
What I'm talking about is that we are all operating under the assumption every day that the president is seeking re-election in 2020. That is our goal. That's our focus on delivering his agenda and making sure that we are in a position where the president can be re-elected and continue to lead this country.
That was a man doing his job. The Vice President's press secretary, Mark Lauder, this morning with our own Hallie Jackson, responding to this growing speculation that Pence and other Republicans may have their eyes on a presidential run in 2020. The New York Times reported over the weekend, quote, Mr. Pence has been the pace setter. Though it is customary for vice presidents to keep a full political calendar, he has gone a step further, creating an independent power base, cementing his status as Mr. Trump's heir apparent, and promoting himself as the main conduit between the Republican donor class and the administration. The VP was quick to respond in a statement yesterday saying, quote, today's article in the New York Times is disgraceful and offensive to me, my family, and our entire team. The allegations in this article are categorically false and represent the latest attempt by the media to divide this administration. Oh, there's so much to talk about here. Margaret Talev and Philip Rucker are still with us. Before we even get to our conversation, I want to read two people on Twitter. First, Joe Scarborough, who works the morning shift in this very room. One, first VP to ever set up a PAC. Two, press secretary won't deny 2020 run. Three, building contributor base, not disgraceful, more than likely. And then Paul Begala tonight tweeted, not saying Pence has his eye on the Oval Office, but his Secret Service code name is Frank Underwood. So, Philip, A, is Pence talking to an audience of one, and B, does he just protest too much?
Well, that statement was to an audience of one, Donald Trump, but it also was to the Trump base. I think Pence wants to try to endear himself to that 30, 35, 40% of Americans out there. But the bigger picture is there's nothing false in that story. I mean, Pence does have a PAC. He is raising money. He is doing all these things that one would be doing if he were preparing for a presidential run. They didn't report that Pence was going to primary his boss or challenge his boss. They're just reporting that if, you know, for some reason Trump were perhaps not to run in 2020, Pence is doing the due diligence now to be in a position to be able to run himself.
And Margaret, let's be clinical about it a little bit. We opened with these poll numbers tonight. Yeah. None of them good. There's a brand new grand jury sitting in Washington, D.C. With a special counsel with unlimited resources. The rule of exigencies is anything could happen at any time.
Right. It's politics. It's not like, you know, you're not having tea with your next door neighbors. This is a nasty business, and everyone's got to be ready, and everyone's got to assume the other guy next to them is getting ready. And if he's getting ready, you got to get ready, and maybe you don't really have to be ready. Maybe 4 years from now, you'll be glad you got ready early. But this is kind of a scenario where all things can be true at the same time. You can be hoping that your boss doesn't have any more hardship than he's already facing, and at the same time taking care of your own shop. And this is obviously an incredibly awkward story for the vice president. And they went out there and did precisely what they needed to do. Number one, to protect his brand, which is one of decency and loyalty and appropriateness. Number two, to give the president this exceptional public assurance that there's nothing he needs to worry about from inside his own shop. And number three, to signal precisely, like Phil said, to both the base and to the donor class that you know, that the vice president is staying inside his lane. But nevertheless, precisely because of these poll numbers and because of so many divisions inside the Republican Party and a sense of uncertainty. Look, if the Republicans hang on in these midterms, it may very much help President Trump. If there's a problem in 2018, it could be really problematic. And then, you know, at that point, all bets are off.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.